during survival. Shout out to you, baby girl. It's going down, man. I'm gonna give everybody a second to come in. I know it takes a while. But this is breaking. And you know, I actually found out how he got caught too. And it's crazy, but I'm not surprised after hearing the story. You know, it happens all the time, all over the world. This kind of situation. But the boy is in court. Shout out to Daniel. Daniel's son coming in the building. Pure survival. We got Derrick, man. Derrick Groves is in court now. You can see his twisties on his head just standing up. Look at the boy. Look at the twisties in that motherfucker's head. Here we have the boy is in court, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? You can run, but you can't hide. Shout out to my boy Dottie, the mother effing comedian in the building. Pure survival. Shout out to Dottie. God damn it, Dottie. Dottie done quarter damn live. You know what I'm saying? Keep running in your campaign, old head. You already know, man. And you know what this is like too, Dottie. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go on a run, you don't want to get caught. Scammers. Yeah, that's Dottie's line right there, guys. Scammers. He invented that. Scammers. You know what I mean? And we know that Derrick Groves was definitely a scammer, but Derrick Groves was a killer too. Allegedly. You know what I mean? He had two bodies, that he was running from. But guess how he got caught? You know how in the state of Pennsylvania how you get caught. And the parole officers, the POs tell you all the time, if you have a girlfriend, if you deal with any females and have any type of toxic shit going on, you better get far away from her. Pure survival. So Derrick Groves, he actually got snitched on by his girlfriend, ladies and gentlemen. She called the police. Yes, that's what I found out. You know what I'm saying? Like they was arguing in the house, and you ain't no way you gonna be on a run, motherfucker, and you arguing with your girl when you on a run at her house. So you gotta know that you gotta be able to dumb down. Like I think Derrick started to think that he was a regular motherfucking person. Like that he wasn't on a run no more. You can't argue with no female and you know you on a run and she know that you on a run. So she told on him. This is a true story. His girl told on him, and she got the reward money. Pure survival. You know what I mean? She said, "Oh, you want to put your hands on me? Like while you're on a run, and I'm the motherfucker helping you out?" Yes. This is crazy, guys. But man, smash that like button. Derrick Groves is in the courtroom today. So, do we have Derrick Groves? If you could come up, sir. I'm right here. Have a seat, if you don't mind.
Yeah, this one or the green one?
So, sir, I'm Judge Wolf. This is your extradition. I'm going to go over your rights so you can decide whether you want to waive extradition or not. You're wanted out of the state of Louisiana for aggravated escape. I'm going to explain to you first what happens if you decide to have an extradition hearing, then what will happen if you decide not to have one. So you have the right to an extradition hearing if you choose. You have the right to hire an attorney, pay her for, and conduct that hearing. If that's your choice, I will postpone the hearing. Now, for the people who don't know, an extradition hearing, is for them to transport and expedite him back to New Orleans, where he needs to be, where he ran from during survival. Look, Slept said, "Free bro." You got people talking about free him. Smash that like button. Y'all ain't got to free him, but smash that like button. But it's some people that want to free him. And I do not knock y'all for saying free the twisty head boy, because if that's how y'all feel, that's how y'all feel. But his girlfriend told on him. His girlfriend told on him, ladies and gentlemen.
You're wanted out of the state of Louisiana for aggravated escape. I'm going to explain to you first what happens if you decide to have an extradition hearing, then what will happen if you decide not to have one. So you have the right to an extradition hearing if you choose. You have the right to hire an attorney to prepare for and conduct that hearing. If that's your choice, I will postpone the hearing for a reasonable time, 60 to 90 days, for you to obtain counsel. The law does not give you the right to a public defender or appointed attorney for purposes of extradition. If you choose to have the hearing, I will restate your case 60 to 90 days to allow your attorney to prepare for the hearing. At the hearing, there will be 3 issues. Are you the person named in the warrant? Did the governor of Louisiana sign the warrant? And what you're charged with in Louisiana, is that a crime in that state? I cannot consider your guilt, innocence, the merits of the case, or evidence connected with the underlying case. If after the hearing I determine that the requesting state, Louisiana, has met its burden of showing those 3 things, then they would have approximately 15 business days to pick you up. If they don't, then you'd be brought back before me and I would consider releasing you.
Whoa, did you hear this? So New Orleans got 15 days, ladies and gentlemen, to go pick him up from Atlanta. If they don't get there in 15 days, the judge can release him and said that he will release him during survival. This man was on the run for 2 homicides. He been going for 6 fucking months. You know what I'm saying? And they do say that all the time. Like if you get picked up on a warrant and the warrant is in another county, they usually get, like I know in Pennsylvania, it's 72 hours. They got 72 hours to come get your ass. You know what I'm saying? Or if they don't come get you in 72 hours, they can release you. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember one time I was sitting around hoping on that shit. And guess when they came? At the 74th hour or the 71st hour. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a barber too. He should have ran to me like Whitney Houston said, I run to you, should have ran to me. Yes, and got your cut. He should have went to motherfucker Dottie the comedian and got his hair cut during survival. You see that they caught him. He was buck ass naked coming out the joint. But they're gonna come get him in time. Like the judge can release him if they don't get him in 15 days, but guarantee guys they're gonna come on the 14th day.
Everything, then they would have approximately 15 business days to pick you up. If they don't, then you'd be brought back before me and I would consider releasing you. If after the hearing I were to find that Louisiana failed to prove those 3 things, then you would be released. You also have the right to waive or not have that extradition hearing if you choose. If you waive your hearing, then Louisiana has approximately 15 business days from today to come get you. If they don't, then you'd be brought back before me and I would consider releasing you.
Did y'all hear that? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all heard what the judge just said. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all didn't hear it. He made it very clear. If Louisiana does not come get you in 15 days, sir, I'm going to release you during survival. But put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that Louisiana is going to take their time to come get him. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think Louisiana is never going to come get him. Me, I think they're going to wait all the way to the 14th day and they're going to come get his ass. Pure survival. They're not going to let you leave again after 2 homicides. They chased this boy down and had a nerve to get into an argument with his motherfucking girlfriend. Pure survival. You don't run away to a toxic female. You supposed to run away from a toxic female, Derrick. I know Derrick is mad at motherfucker. Pure survival. Derrick probably feel just like Diddy Glover. How Diddy Glover feel about what Cassie did to him? This girl picked up the phone. First of all the neighbors at that house was hearing them 2 fighting and arguing. This is how he got locked up. I found out last night. Him and the girl was arguing, fighting. I don't know what the hell they was arguing about. But you supposed to turn into Malcolm X, pure survival, when you know that you on a goddamn run. Yes, Dottie, leave them toxic motherfuckers alone. You supposed to be Louis Farrakhan. Look, baby, I don't mean no disrespect. Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Because you know she was going to use it against him eventually. She was going to use it against him. But they got 15 days to come get this nigga.
Evidence connected with the underlying case. If after the hearing I determine that the requesting state, Louisiana, has met its burden of showing those three things, then they would have approximately 15 business days to pick you up. If they don't, then you'd be brought back before me and I would consider releasing you. If after the hearing I were to find that Louisiana failed to prove those three things, then you would be released. You also have the right to waive or not have that extradition hearing if you choose. If you waive your hearing, then Louisiana has approximately 15 business days from today to come get you. If they don't, then you'd be brought back before me and I would consider releasing you. However, you may be held up to 30 days before being released. Regardless whether you're released in Georgia, you are subject to arrest again at any time as long.
All right, see how the judge did that? See, I don't like that type of shit. The judge said that if they don't come get you in 15 days, then you can come back down to me and I'll release you. But we got up until 30 days to hold you. So if they don't come until the 15th day, the judge still is going to hold them for 30 days. So how the fuck am I going to get out? Hold on.
Fail to prove those three things, then you would be released. You also have the right to waive or not have that extradition hearing if you choose. If you waive your hearing, then Louisiana has approximately 15 business days from today to come get you. If they don't, then you'd be brought back before me and I would consider releasing you. However, you may be held up to 30 days before being released. Regardless whether you're released in Georgia, you are subject to arrest again at any time as long as this Louisiana warrant remains active. So even if you are released, you may wish to consider returning to Louisiana to have the matter resolved. Also, the media is here. I want to let you know they filed the appropriate paperwork. It's called Rule 11, and that was signed by one of our judges, our chief judge, and so they are here as well. You also have the right to remain silent. So let me just ask though, do you have any questions about your extradition rights? No. And do you want to challenge extradition or do you want to return to Louisiana?
I want to return where I'm from.
Whoa! Shout out to motherfucking Derrick, Pure Survival. Did you hear what Derrick just said? Derrick said, no, I don't want to run no more. Pure Survival. I'm not running back to that toxic woman that left me. Pure Survival. Derrick, you should have said, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stay here and hope that y'all don't come get me in 15 days. And I'm going to go with my girlfriend that put me in here and split that $100,000 reward that she turned you in for, Derrick. Pure Survival. But Derrick said, no, I want to go back to New Orleans. So he wants to face the music, guys. Smash that like button for Derrick facing the motherfucking music.
And that was signed by one of our judges, our chief judge, and so they are here as well. You also have the right to remain silent. So let me just ask though, do you have any questions about your extradition rights? No. And do you want to challenge extradition or do you want to return to Louisiana?
I want to return where I'm from.
You want to go back to Louisiana?
Yeah.
Okay. So I do find you freely, voluntarily, and knowingly are waiving your extradition rights. I'm going to sign the paperwork, and that's all we're going to do here today. Thank you, sir.
So Derrick waived his rights. Derrick said, run it. No, take me back to Louisiana. And if y'all don't come in time, Derrick is said it's going to be a boogie night. And all of these people that's celebrating that they caught this boy, they're going to be pissed if it's a boogie night.
On Derrick Grove's capture in Atlanta and the details of how it all went down, including that trustworthy tip. Let's go ahead and take a listen in.
Sheriff's Carlene, you come in. Okay. Marshals, we'll get y'all on the other side. Thank you all.
Look, he's trying to get the crew together. Hold on, let me get everybody around. Smash that like button, guys.
Updated officials, you can see they have all been assembled here to just give us details about the tip that came in. We're told it came from New Orleans.
Good
Credible
evening.
information
I'm Colonel
about
Robert
his whereabouts.
Hodges, Superintendent of Louisiana State Police. Almost 5 months ago, most of us in this same room met to discuss 10 inmates who escaped from the Orleans Parish Justice Center. We all had one focus: to capture the 10 escapees. Collectively, federal, state, and local law enforcement worked together seamlessly to locate and arrest these fugitives.
Now I'm gonna be honest, guys. If you facing two homicides and which you know you're gonna get life, double life, whatever, would you put a one in the chat if you would have ran? If you were Derrick, put a two in the chat if you would have stayed and never ran anyway, knowing you're not coming home. Pure Bible. Tell me what y'all would have did, cause I would have ran.
Same room, met to discuss 10 inmates who escaped from the Orleans Parish Justice Center. We all had one focus: to capture the 10 escapees. Collectively, federal, state, and local law enforcement worked together seamlessly to locate and arrest these fugitives. Together, we leveraged investigative tools, technology, and good old-fashioned police work. Although many weeks have gone by, our 10th fugitive, Groves, remained at large. Law enforcement never lost sight during the investigation and our responsibility to bring a violent criminal back to prison. In early October 2025, task force personnel learned that Derrick Groves was likely in the Atlanta, Georgia area. Through information gathered via multiple search warrants and other investigative means, detectives obtained digital evidence that Derrick Groves was at a residence in Atlanta.
And the digital evidence, ladies and gentlemen, everybody smash that like button that's in the building. The digital evidence that they receive was from him getting into an argument with his girlfriend, and she snitched on him during survival. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if he was in there strangling her, choking her. I don't know how it went. I know if you in a toxic relationship, a female will make some shit up. You know what I'm talking about? Even if you didn't do the shit. So if he was beating her up, he had a goddamn nerve. That would have been the dumbest thing ever. You gonna put your hands on her knowing you on the run at her motherfucking house?
Task force personnel learned that Derrick Groves was likely in the Atlanta, Georgia area. Through information gathered via multiple search warrants and other investigative means, detectives obtained digital evidence that Derrick Groves was at a residence in Atlanta. Today, with the assistance of numerous law enforcement agencies, including the Atlanta Police Department and the U.S. Marshal Service, search warrants were executed at a residence in Southwest Atlanta where Derrick Groves was ultimately taken into custody. I want to personally thank the FBI, ATF, HSI, DEA, the U.S. Marshal Service.
And you see how they not giving the girl credit? He wants to thank the FBI. No, you need to thank the toxic bitch. Spills a waffle. You need to thank the toxic girl who turned his ass in. Y'all had the whole house surrounded like a rap cipher. Pure survival. Look at all of these police dressed in these G.I. Joe uniforms, surrounded like a rap cipher. He got the microphone. Somebody's about to spit a verse. Derrick come out with his shirt off like he in a damn concert, like he's in a rap cipher. This shit is crazy, guys. They need to thank the damn girl who snitched on him. Stop just thanking the FBI, because y'all, it took y'all forever to catch that boy. All he needed to do was get on his girl's nerves or them two argue, and it was over. And I'm telling y'all, ladies and gentlemen, the neighbors said that they heard them two over there fighting for weeks. So Derrick been arguing and fighting with this motherfucker for weeks.
Ultimately taken into custody. I want to personally thank the FBI, ATF, HSI, DEA, the U.S. Marshal Service, the Secret Service, the Attorney General's Office, State Probation and Parole, our LSP troopers and investigators, the New Orleans Police Department, the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office, the St. Bernard Parish Sheriff's Office, the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office, and the Crime Stoppers of Greater New Orleans for their unwavering support of public safety. Together, we are stronger, and today marks the culmination of nearly 5 months of investigative work. As you look to the screen, to my right, your left, you will see the 10 escapees from the Orleans Parish Justice Center. All have been returned to correctional facilities where they no longer pose a threat to the residents and visitors of Louisiana.
And I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Do y'all know how much props that they're gonna get when they go into the jail? Like the other ones, cool, but they got caught too fast. Derrick, they're gonna be praising him in New Orleans. Praise the Bible. They're gonna be like, nigga, you ran. That's what I'm talking about. You made them come. You did the race. Like that little young rapper. I forget his name. What's the little boy that did the race? I forget his name. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. The little young boy, he was like 16. He did the song called The Race. They're gonna be excited because the fact that he was able to run that long. Take K. Shout out to motherfucking Take K. Praise the Bible. Smash that like button. He did the race like Take K.
As you look to the screen, to my right, your left, you will see the 10 escapees from the Orleans Parish Justice Center. All have been returned to correctional facilities where they no longer pose a threat to the residents and visitors of Louisiana. Next, you'll hear from our State Attorney General, Liz Murrow.
Thank you, Colonel. Today is a good day. Today, we were able to get the final escapee put back in jail to await further proceedings, and I'll walk you through what that's going to look like in just a minute. He has already been charged with one count of simple escape on June 30th, along with the other 9 defendants.
Now tell me this. Why would you care if you charge me with simple escape when I'm already facing 2 life sentences for 2 homicides? Pierce the Bible, give it here. I don't give a damn about no simple escape. He done got some toxic vagina before the toxic girl called the police on him, Pierce the Bible. So he coming into jail smelling like toxic kitty cat. Real, Pierce the Bible, little funky. But he got him some toxic vagina, and now he gotta lay it the fuck down like Lloyd. Y'all gotta get them likes up.
Escapee put back in jail to await further proceedings, and I'll walk you through what that's going to look like in just a minute. He has already been charged with one count of simple escape on June 30th, along with the other 9 defendants. He will be arraigned on those charges as soon as we get him back from Georgia. He will be taken to Angola, where we have continued to keep all of the other escapees at this time. Tomorrow, he'll see a magistrate judge in Georgia, where he will be able to waive extradition if he chooses to do so. If he doesn't choose to do so, then we will initiate extradition proceedings.
Look at Derrick. Derrick, did y'all know when Derrick got caught, he blew a kiss at the damn at the police officers at the camera, Pure Survival? Motherfucker went just like that. You know what I'm saying? And I cannot lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. He has no other choice. Like, you're done. And he knows that he's done. So why should he go in there with his head motherfucker down? It's already bad enough he's going in there with his head peasy. He already going in there with his head peasy. So why would he have his peasy head down like that? Smash that like button, guys.
In Georgia, where he will be able to waive extradition if he chooses to do so.
Look, did y'all see him blow the kiss? Smash that like button if y'all saw Derrick and his peasy head blow a kiss. Look at this part.
This time. Tomorrow, he'll see a magistrate judge in Georgia, where he will be able to waive extradition.
Look, you seen that? Derrick blew a motherfucking kiss. He said, "Bye, bitch. You told on me. It's all good. Spend that reward money with your new boo. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna give me a boyfriend. I don't give a damn." Yo, this shit crazy.
Escapees at this time. Tomorrow, he'll see a magistrate judge in Georgia, where he will be able to waive extradition if he chooses to do so. If he doesn't choose to do so, then we will initiate extradition proceedings and eventually remove him back here to Louisiana, and the proceedings will continue. I think that there's some other folks here who could talk a little bit about some of the things that were located at the house at the time that he was arrested and taken back into custody. We do expect to examine whether we can upgrade the charges to aggravated escape. in light of the material that they found, which included weapons and drugs.
They found weapons and drugs. Now they talking about whether we're going to upgrade the charges to aggravated escape. Ma'am, the boy is facing homicides for allegedly killing 2 people at a Mardi Gras. He did a whole shootout at a Mardi Gras, pure survival. This is where he ran from. So you can up my runaway from jail charges all the fuck you want. That ain't gonna stop shit. Pure survival. Go ahead, give me another life sentence. I already got like 3 of them. Go ahead, give me another one. Go ahead, give it here.
I want to walk you through just real quickly what his criminal history was. In 2019, he was convicted, he pled guilty on a DEA case involving guns and drugs. He was convicted in October 2024 on a 2018 double murder on Mardi Gras Day. That case involved 2 charges of second-degree murder and 2 charges of attempted second-degree murder. Jason Williams' office, I believe, handled all of that.
Y'all see that? So the boy was a savage. The boy was a savage. His girl that told on him, she is so lucky he didn't butter her motherfucking biscuit. Pure survival. Smash that like button. Derrick had bodies, all types of shit.
He was convicted in October 2024 on a 2018 double murder on Mardi Gras Day. That case involved 2 charges of second-degree murder and 2 charges of attempted second-degree murder. Jason Williams' office, I believe, handled all of that, all of those charges at the time. I think virtually the next day, he pleaded guilty to 2 counts of manslaughter for a different case. So he was awaiting sentencing for those matters, and he was.
And look at how they were skipping. Look, this is when they broke out the jail. These niggas walking down the street with the prison pajama sets on, pure survival, skipping out of there, skipping to my motherfucker Lou. And like I said, the other ones got caught faster. Now, if I was in there for some shit to where I'm only gonna do a few years, I'm not running. Fuck all of that, pure survival. Who I look like, Forrest motherfucking Gump? I'm not running if I got 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. But if I got about 10, about 5th motherfucking team, look, call me TK. I'm going out like TK. I'm doing the race.
Scheduled for sentencing in December of 2024 when the judge at the time recused herself, and that triggered a number of proceedings to replace the judge in the case. For reasons that are still unclear, he still had not been sentenced up until May when he escaped. But I think the upshot of that is simply to remind you that this was a very dangerous individual. He is going to face jail time for a very...
Look at these niggas. They walking down the street like regular. And these is like, they look like pajamas. Like they got the t-shirts with the prison sweats. Look at these motherfuckers. These are the ones who already got caught. These niggas couldn't run fast enough. You know what I'm saying? And I know, I'm sorry, I'd have got everybody caught. Soon as they said, look, we got to jump a fence, I'd have been like, oh, the fuck, so I got to jump a fence? Barbed wire fence too? Oh, no. That's why I told y'all I couldn't have never been in no gang, because I wouldn't have been doing gang shit. They'd have said, I'm too slow. I keep getting people caught. We supposed to be going to go do some crime. I'm sitting there eating a goddamn honey bun. When we supposed to be robbing the motherfucker, I'm eating a honey bun. They done found my fingerprints on a snack. I done got us all caught. Then we supposed to be wearing the same color. Let's say all we wear is red or blue. You see me one day, I'm dressed in all brown. I'm like, I feel like I look good in every goddamn color. I can't be in the gang. I'm gonna fuck up everything. And then I'm a diabetic too. Like, I'll get up to the top of the fence. I start digging in my pockets looking for my metformin and everything. Oh, I gotta call my family doctor during times when we supposed to be thugging. I'm calling my family doctor like, Doc, I gotta do some gangster shit. Do you think you could prescribe me to some shit that I can handle this? They talking about I gotta run. Just the fact that I gotta run. Absolute. Can I jog during this gangster activity? Can I jog?
But I think the upshot of that is simply to remind you that this was a very dangerous individual. He is going to face jail time for a very, very long time, possibly, certainly life on the second-degree murders. Those he should have been sentenced to life in prison
Look
for.
at these niggas.
Because that's the mandatory jail time for that. So he will also get additional time. We expect he'll be prosecuted in Georgia and possibly by the feds. So he's got a lot of trouble and a lot of things to answer to.
And now they talking about the feds is involved. Smash that like button, guys. I wouldn't give a damn if the feds was involved. Like I said, if I know I'm about to do life, give it here. Come on, give it here.
Certainly life on the second-degree murders. Those he should have been sentenced to life in prison for because that's the mandatory jail time for that. So he will also get additional time. We expect he'll be prosecuted in Georgia and possibly by the feds. So he's got a lot of trouble and a lot of things to answer to both the state of Louisiana and the state of Georgia. And I'd also point out that this has been extraordinarily taxing. You see all the law enforcement agencies who are up here who have been working diligently to try and get him back into custody. It's been expensive. It has been very scary for a lot of people, for staff at the DA's office, for victims.
Look, they saying all of this stuff, but not giving a shout out to the toxic female who called the police and turned them in during survival. You know what I mean? But that girl probably don't give a damn. Cause I wouldn't care either. Look, you ain't gotta give me credit. I don't even want motherfuckers to know I did it. Pure survival. Just give me my 100,000 in all 20s. I just want all 20s. So that girl probably like, look, I don't give a fuck. Don't say nothing about me. Just go ahead. Act like y'all was the one that put this together.
In the state of Georgia. And I'd also point out that this has been extraordinarily taxing. You see all the law enforcement agencies who are up here who have been working diligently to try and get him back into custody. It's been expensive. It has been very scary for a lot of people, for staff at the DA's office, for victims and witnesses who might have been involved in some of these cases that implicated Derrick Groves. So, you know, it's a very unsettling thing to have somebody out like this and not know where he is and when we're going to have him back in custody. So today is a very good day.
She came in like Dr. Dre. She said, today was a good day. Today was a good day. You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy Cut to the Chase, man. Cut to the Chase. Like, this the nigga like that had the receipts on the fact that his baby mom turned him in. Shout out to Cut to the Chase, man. Listen what he said.
What's up, fam? This your boy, Cut to the Chase TV. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and be sure to share this video. I got some news for you Negroes today. Now, we all heard about New Orleans escaped inmate Derrick Groves being captured in Atlanta after a 4-hour standoff with the police. And the moment the news hit the internet, everybody started asking these questions. How the hell did he get caught? And who the hell snitched? Because we all see this face all over the internet. Everybody sharing posts. And then we found out that the police put out a $50,000 reward for any tip leading to the capture of Derrick Groves.
Okay, so I thought it was 100,000. It was 50,000.
And once that happened, I was like, it's a matter of time. It's a lot of broke motherfuckers out there. You on the run. And $50,000 would test anybody's loyalty. And that's exactly what happened. Because according to internet rumors, according to a couple of news outlets, Derrick Groves was arrested after arguing with his girlfriend, and she called the police on his ass. I'm like,
y'all hear that? Arguing with his girlfriend, and she called the police. That's the last thing you need to be on the run and get into a domestic dispute during survival.
Because according to internet rumors, according to a couple of news outlets, Derrick Groves was arrested after arguing with his girlfriend, and she called the police on his ass. I'm like, damn, that's how you go out? You facing 2 life sentences. You escaped New Orleans jail. You been on a run for 5 months. You got you a little girlfriend. You staying in her house. You can't afford to argue with her. You can't afford to be in a hostile, dysfunctional relationship. Once you on the run, your freedom is at the mercy of other people.
And that's the facts. You heard what he said? When you are on the run and you know that these are the people that know your secret, you pretty much at the mercy of them. You know what I'm saying? And depending what type of person that you dealing with, that could be probably a dickhead. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if you do some whole shit and a couple people know about the whole shit And they keep throwing it in your face. Like, look, you know I'm about ready to tell motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm gonna tell them the whole shit that you did. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna use it against you. So just imagine.
You can't afford to argue with her. You can't afford to be in a hostile, dysfunctional relationship. Once you on the run, your freedom is at the mercy of other people. So you gotta kiss ass a little bit. You can't make wifey mad. You can't be at odds with your woman, because you know how women get. They get mad, they see red, and the first thing they do is they gonna use your weakness against you. So if they know you on the run, and they know your freedom is on the line, and you talking shit to her, you mistreating her, what's the first thing she gonna do? Call the damn police. And according to outlets, that's exactly what happened to Derrick Groves. Don't believe me? Let me read this to you.
I told y'all, and he got the paperwork. The neighbors heard Derrick Groves and his girlfriend arguing, fussing, and fighting. And that's the last thing you need when you in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just being in a toxic, and you know that girl had to be toxic. You want to know how I know that she was a toxic chick, Pearl Hawaiian? For the simple fact that she chose him. Any female that wanted to be with this boy after they know that he killed allegedly 2 people, he on the run, da da da, that already lets you know what kind of female that is. You feel what I'm saying? So you know the female was shot out too. Pearl of Bible. She probably had tattoos on her face and everything. Cause she didn't give a damn. So this girl was a stone cold gangster as well as him. And it came down to the point where she like, oh, you want to act crazy? Guess what? I'm gonna get you locked up. Da 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 da. They in there arguing and fighting. You know what I mean? And then making up, having makeup sex. Whole room smelling like fish stick sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? Whole room smelling like fish sticks. People like, wow, they clapping cheeks and kitty cat steak and all in the air. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, guys, Derrick Groves is in custody now, and he waived his hearing, he waived his right, so he want to go back to New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe, and I'll be back at y'all a little later. Pills on Bible.